Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Nebraskans. Listening to the discussion of the budget and the discussion of what to do with the pile of money and seeing how we are appropriating it across the state from not only the text in the budget bill, but in the handouts that we've received that I've been looking over for the last couple days. Looking at those things have brought some observations to me that relate to the problem I think we have with short-term thinking and lack of imagination that comes out of this legislature and makes the rest of the country and the rest of the world see us as a very backwards thinking and regressive place. I want to share a different type of thought that motivates a lot of the work that I do here and the goals that I believe we need to share during the short time that we all have here to work as policymakers. Colleagues, everything outside of Omaha in Nebraska and probably Lincoln is in huge trouble. These communities will do a great job raising grain, raising crops, for the next generation or so, probably raising red meat. But after that, we're going to be in huge trouble. There is no way the population in the rest of Nebraska will grow. The people to populate these areas in the rest of Nebraska were never born there. And that likely prediction that I have is based on actions we've taken in this legislature and based on demographic research that consistently shows this trend moving forward over the last 25 years. At no point that demographic research has been done on growth in Nebraska has that trend reversed. That's based on solid demographic research from University of Nebraska, from the Planning Committee, from the Center of Public Affairs Research, and that's been presented to us year after year here in the legislature, so we all have that data. The ratio in Nebraska of working age adults to aging and retired adults was 6-to-1 in 1950. And it was 5-to-1 in 2010. And by 2050, this next generation is expected to be 3-to-1. And there is no way that domestic migration, whether it's migration from intra-state, from around our own state or from other states in the country, there's no way that migration in the United States is going to be enough to change that. Since 2010, Nebraska's population has increased about 5%, but 66 counties have lost population. Nebraska is losing about 2,000 people a year to other states. But there is good news, and this is the news that I'm asking us to follow. Pre-pandemic and lots of very repressive immigration policy time, but pre-pandemic, about 4,000 people came to Nebraska from international locations every year. More than we're getting born here, more than we're, the net loss between who's getting born and who's moving out and who's moving in for jobs and things like that. The only place for population growth in Nebraska is international migration. And I'm talking about immigration. And I know that the political climate of conservatives in Nebraska, or I could just say the governor and his best friends in the legislature, I know that they hate that. This is not a popular idea to bring forth in terms of economic growth.
1 minute.
But millions of people from around the world who are from breadbasket economies just like Nebraska, who are agriculture workers in their own countries just like we need in Nebraska, who are doctors and educators and researchers and business owners, just like we need more of in Nebraska, especially rural Nebraska. They are looking for homes. There is turmoil in the world, and the United States is still the beacon of hope and democracy that these people should be looking to find opportunity. But the policies we have here in Nebraska, which are reflected in this budget, are closing the door even more on those people. So if we had some kind of project to bring more immigrants into Nebraska and it fizzled out and the money didn't get used, it would be there for budget use in a few years when the federal punch bowl dries up, if that money's not taken off the table and burned on tax cuts.
time.
Thank you.